Something, sweetheart.
Thank you, everyone, for coming. The reason I'm doing this instead of Jim is because I've been elected. I'm the program official for this year's setting program from the Delta County Republican Club. And we thought this was an ideal opportunity to have a public event for a candidate forum for those running for school board office as well as city mayor and city council position as a public service event. So I want to thank each and every one of you here tonight. How we will operate is I have initially those trustees running for the school board for Cooper ISD will go first because it is a county-wide election. And so some of you may only be interested in that election and not the city election, so we'll do that. Each candidate will come up here in a moment. They will be given 5 minutes to do an introduction. After their introduction, down the line, and they are seated in how they will appear on the ballot. That will be starting, early voting starts on the 20th of April, concludes on the 30th of April, and then the general election is on the 4th of May. After each candidate has done their 5 minutes, I'll be at the back of the room with a light. When it hits 4.5 minutes, a light will come on to let them know that they have 30 seconds left to conclude their remarks. And their remarks are anything they want to say. You know, to introduce themselves, who they are, why they're running, anything they want to. After those opening remarks are all done, I have a couple of people in the audience that have 3x5 cards and pens that you can take a question and write a question. I will take those questions at the back of the room, paraphrase them so they can be answered to all candidates equally, and each candidate will have 3 minutes to answer those questions. I anticipate that we'll ask approximately 2 to 3 questions. After we finish, I'd probably take about 40-45 minutes to run that. Once we is completed, then we will have a 5-minute break for those who need to go to the restroom or get another drink of water. And then the school board trustees will leave, and then we will seat the ones running for mayor and for city council. And then we'll repeat the process over again. So in lieu of any questions from the audience, I'd like for those running for trustee to come take the position behind your placard up here in the front of the room. And introduce yourselves. I won't do the introduction. I'll let you introduce yourselves. I don't want to take away any of your thunder. I'll let you do that. We'll get started, and then we'll go with the question and answer. Thank you. Raise your hand.
Questions, lots of questions.
You're starting on far left.
You want us to go to the podium?
You can either sit or go to the podium, your choice.
Okay, now I'll just read this. I'm Melissa Smith, and Jennifer's not able to make it tonight, so I'm going to read her statement she's asked to be read. From Jennifer Spilda, candidate for Cooper ISD School Board Trustee. I apologize for not being here tonight. Last week I called Mr. Clark and told him I would be attending with full intentions to do so. However, circumstances changed. My son's first game last Saturday was rained out, and the one scheduled for Monday was canceled due to star testing, making tonight his first game of the season. As I told him that his grandmother would have to take him to the game, the look on his face said it all. Then he said, "Please, Mom, don't miss my first game. You know how hard I've been working, and I'll do so much better if you are there." Of course, there was no way I could not go tonight. I am my kids' biggest supporter through good and bad. My kids are my life, and not just the 2 children I gave life to. I have dedicated my life to serving children. As Director of Health Services at Commerce ISD, I had over 1,500 kids that were my kids every day. As Nurse Jennifer, I was an advocate and supporter for each and every one. In facing countless difficult situations, my thoughts always came back to what is best for the child. Since we became Bulldogs almost 3 years ago, the children of Cooper ISD have become my kids. I spend a lot of time at Cooper Elementary, and I serve as president of the PTO, and it warms my heart that the kids now recognize me as Zella's mom and give me big hugs in the hallway. If elected to the Board of Trustees, it will allow me to use my knowledge and experience as a public school administrator to continue positively impact children. Again, I apologize for my absence. However, I feel my absence tonight is more representative of the person I am than my presence would have been. There are some things you just can't get back. Milestones first, like baseball games and the opportunity for quality education.
Thank you.
My name is Leah Waller. I've lived in Cooper all my life, graduated from Cooper High School at 82, so I've got a little age on me. Both of my children attended Cooper. Savannah graduated last year. Casey, sophomore, just got back from a track meet where they won second place, so they're advanced to the area. I've enjoyed my time on the board and rerunning. I think I've been an asset to the board. We've hired some people. We've had to kind of get rid of some people to our best ability of what we're given. And I think I'm an asset on the board as far as I can see both sides of everything. I will give my opinion on everything, and I will take everybody else's opinion also in my thoughts. I've been a nurse for 20 years, Hopkins County Hospital, which is now Mother Frances Christus. I don't know, I guess, and I have a degree in accounting. So also see the business side of everything. We also have a ranch. I've been married to Scotty. He's from Cooper also, so we've lived in this town all of my life. I guess that's all. I'll do my best to represent everybody and take everybody's opinions and help them. Thanks.
My name's Alicia Saffron. For those of y'all that don't know me, I've lived here my whole life. I'm formerly Alicia Skinner. I come from a long line of educators. My uncle Thomas was the junior high principal for a long time. Aunts and uncles that were teachers. So education is a big part of who we are. My husband and I have been married 14 years. Bo, we have 2 kids, Jolie and Ty. And we have always told our kids, education is where it's at. My kids are involved in lots of things. Sports, I love sports as much as the next person, but that's what my dad told me, education is where it's at. So that's what we tell our kids, that's what we focus on. I'm a registered nurse. I work at Christus Mother Frances Hospital in Leah for 21 years in labor and delivery. I'm also the clinical nurse educator for the OB department. My husband is the president of the Delta County Kids Baseball and Softball Organization, and we're also members of the Delta County 4-H. We're very involved in the community. Everything that our kids do, we are involved and help out. And, giving back to the community is a big part of what we want to do. I've had lots of people ask me just since I've been running, well, why do you want to be on the school board? Well, I had wonderful teachers when I was a kid. Teachers that made lasting impressions, that taught me things that I still use today. My kids have wonderful teachers now, and I want them to continue to have wonderful teachers. I want the children and the teachers to have the things that they need to have a superior learning environment. And I want to be a voice for all the kids, not just the kids that are athletes or just the kids that are on the A honor roll, all the kids that are in the band, the kids that are in theater, the kids that are in FFA. All the kids deserve, importance, and so I want to be a voice for all that. I also want to be a part of improving the education for the kids, and I want the teachers to have the things that they need to teach the kids all that they need to know. I've seen great things done by the school board, the people that are on the school board, and I want to be a part of continuing to do great things. So, thank you. I appreciate it.
My name is Mandy Freeman. I've been in Cooper like 20 years now. My husband, I'm married to Blair Freeman. He grew up here in Delta County, actually in Franklin, went to Cooper schools. And we've been married almost 18 years. We have 2 kids. We have a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old, so they are 7th and 8th grade. We attend First Baptist Church, active in the community. I'm on the Maroon and Gray Foundation. I was elected to the school board to finish out a 1-year term from someone that had to leave, and then I'm just completing my first full term. So if elected, this would be my 2nd term on the board. I thoroughly love it. I like dedicating my time to the children, the school, the teachers, to this community, and for the betterment of the education of our kids. We've got a great, great school. It has come a long ways, and I just see it continuing to get better. There are so many opportunities that our kids have. If elected to school board, I just want to continue to do that. I like seeing a balanced budget, planning for the future, you know, making sure we've got the budget, the means to get there, and where we're going. We've got a lot of good programs for the education of our kids and where they're going in a career after they leave high school. We just got, it just seems like everything's on track. Our seniors, as they're progressing through high school, our seniors, they have a career goal, they have something in mind, where they want to go. It's been great, and I love doing what I do. I'm a business major. I've been in banking for 20 years now. I'm at a commercial bank right now, and I just see that my skills, everything I've got, I can just give it back and use it to my best ability. I also grew up with two educators. My parents were both in education their whole entire lives, so I know that side of this aspect too. My mom was a business teacher. My dad was an ag teacher and a principal. So that side, just, you know, I can't forget that and what these teachers go through, and you know, they need our support. So thank you, and thank you for having us.
My name is Craig Slakey. I am a lifetime resident of Cooper. I'm the youngest of three sons of Betty and Wendell Slakey. Graduated from Cooper in 1992. Graduated from East Texas State University in '96. I've got a degree in ag economics and business. I'm married to my wife, Andrea. Her and I have been married about 21 years. She's a juvenile probation officer that serves Delta County, Hopkins County, and Rains County, and Franklin. We have two children, both in school. I've got a 15-year-old daughter that's a sophomore, varsity cheerleader here at Cooper. Got a 10-year-old son that's in 4th grade, that's in every sport imaginable. So pretty well our time's taken up with that. Again, I've been here all my life. I've been in banking. I graduated, like I say, went straight into working in farm credit. Straight out of college, I've been in commercial banks and back in farm credit now. So I've been in banking and finance for 22 years, actually 23 now. So financial background is where I hang my hat. Also, those of you that know me know my family that had business here in Cooper for years and years. So we got that business background too. The way I look at the school district, and the Cooper School District is our largest industry in Delta County. The product that we put out is the kids, the educated kids, and it's a business, and that's the way we handle it. We want to do the best we can with what we've got to return to our stakeholders, being taxpayers, being the kids. So each one of us that's on the board currently, we all have our different areas that we bring expertise to the table, and I think we work very well as a board. This is ended up my 3rd term on the board. I was elected 9 years ago. I've served as secretary for the past 7 years. I believe this, if elected, re-elected, in the way I've always presented myself in this is a commitment made by me because of what y'all have, as voters, have allowed me to do. So I put my involvement in the school and the school's business a high priority. And I stake that on the fact that over the 9 years that I've been on the school board, there's been 173 meetings. I've made 161 of those meetings. Very few have I missed. There's been multiple times where I get called out of one of my kids' events because there's a quorum that has not been achieved in order to conduct the school's business. Those you know, there's seven-member board, got to have 4 to have a quorum. So there's been a couple of times that's occurred that I've walked away from something in order to go conduct the business that I was elected to do. I would like to speak to kind of the highlights of what I feel like is the good things that's going on in Cooper ISD by the works of not myself alone, with our current school board, with our staff and everything, kind of the accomplishments that I've seen. We were recently deemed a national rural model school for excellence in both instruction and college and career readiness. The most recent state school ratings that most of y'all have heard about, of where the state is giving each district a rating, an A, B, C, D, E, F rating. Cooper received the highest rating in this area. We received a B with an 88% rating, which was the highest in this area. We were the first school-wide program implemented in the region of the AVID program. The AVID is an acronym for the Advancement via Individual Determination. It's a method of teaching that teaches the kids how to learn and how to individually work to achieve their goals through different methods of study, asking questions, how to take notes properly, and all this that has been preparing them to go into college. It started on the high school level last year. It is coming, or this last year, and it's been implemented starting in the elementary campus this year, and it's going good. We have been designated, the Cooper High School is designated as a college campus. We're a satellite of Eastfield Community College because currently we offer over 40 hours of college coursework, dual credit courses, that kids can come through Cooper High School and walk out with up to 40 hours of college credit in their back pocket going into college. Along with that, there's multiple career and tech opportunities that we have put in place where there's kids can walk out with up to 12 different certifications coming out of Cooper, based in welding, electrical, HVAC, computer-aided design, culinary, Microsoft, medical assistant, phlebotomy, nursing, pharmacy, veterinary tech, and sports medicine tech. That's something big that a kid can come out of Cooper with something in their hand saying, I've been trained to do this. They could walk straight into a career. This last year, our senior class, we had 100% that was either accepted into college, military, or straight into, I'll speed up real quick. Financially, we've always been rated, had 100% financial rating in the state on our financial. We've implemented the Guardian Plan. That's a way of protecting our students and our staff from outside influences. So, long list of things in the accomplishment. The school, like everyone else has said, the school is going in the right direction, and I want to stay there and help it keep continuing on. Thank y'all.
Thank you. I have collected a couple of questions from the floor, and I'll start those questions. Anybody else wants to add any questions?
Please raise your hand, I'll walk around.
Yeah, but no question. One is leaving because she was a stand-in, so she really can't answer the question for her. Unless she'd like to.
She might accidentally get elected.
Yeah. The first question that we have tonight, and like I said, each candidate will have 3 minutes. And also, I forgot to add before we started, there are 3 open school trustee positions. So of these 5 people up here, 3 can be elected. On your ballot, you can elect, mark 1, 2, or 3. So 3 of these 5 can be elected to the school board. So remember that tonight. Okay, first question. If the Texas lawmakers were able to pass a school reform package for increased state funding to public schools, how do you think those funds would be best applied in Cooper ISD, and what impact on the local property taxes? First, left or right?
Well, the property taxes are a big part of what we grow funds from, but also it depends on how many property taxes we have where the state puts in their part. So we were able to lower our rates this year because our bonds are working so well. As far as where the money should go, I know Craig talked about the Guardian Plan. We've already started protecting our school and keeping our kids safe as far as the best way we can, as far as what we can do with it. So that's what I think it should go to.
I'm just running for the school board. I'm not on it yet, so as far as the bonds and all the financial ins and outs, I'm not sure exactly how all that works yet. But if the school was allocated money, I think, you know, the AVID program is an amazing program. They are helping kids all the way from elementary level all the way up. I know kids that are in it, my kids are in it, and, you know, I see that it's, you know, it's a good program. And I think that it should continue. I see that they're getting kids prepared and ready, teaching them how to take notes, getting them prepared for when they go to college and they don't have someone holding their hand. And so I think that it's a great program, and that would be a good thing to continue.
As far as where the money should go, it seems like we are still lacking a little bit. We need some improvements with technology. Now, we've taken huge steps toward technology, but when you want to get iPads and Chromebooks into all the classrooms, that's a huge, huge expense and a burden. That's where I would pick as far as putting it towards some technology and getting all the students with Chromebooks or iPads. Our facilities are in great shape. We're getting ready to put a new roof on the high school. We got lights on our softball field, and pretty much the schools and the facilities are in great shape. So, you know, I designated to technology, and after that, you know, if there's something left, AVID and all of our educational field trips. There's just endless opportunities out there when you've got the funding. Property taxes, that's just a whole other subject. We are still graded by the state as far as where our property values sit. They designate, they dictate what our property values are, and they're telling us that they are too low. So I don't even want to touch on that tonight, but the state tells it. So we did get the tax rate lowered, but we do have some issues with our state rating as far as where they're wanting us, or what they're wanting to do with property values. So
I'll continue on kind of what Mandy was talking about, a little bit more information on the property taxes. Like she said, the school has been notified, as well as the county, that the state says our property tax values are below where they think they are. The school recently employed a attorney firm to fight that battle for us, to go there. We have, in this last tax year, we dropped our INS, which is our interest and sinking fund, tax rate by 5 cents, which we passed that on, but that was due in part from our bonds and our financing. We've refinanced our bonds over the last several years to the point that we've lowered the term of the payout on the bonds for building both the elementary and the high school, and have also, in doing that, have saved the taxpayers of Delta County over $2 million in savings through that. So the tax rates and what I agree, you know, we're the Robin Hood plan, we're on the wrong side of that program in the school funding. We have to tax at the highest rate possible in order to meet our requirements of what we got to generate by the state. Other surrounding districts that are property rich do not have to tax at those high rates. So I'd like to see that all equalized, where every student across the state of Texas is given the same amount of money for educational purposes, and not based on where you are or who you are. As far as how the additional funding would be used, the advancements we've made in our career and tech programs, and what kids can do coming straight out of high school, I want to pump money into that. The other thing is, because where we are and because of the higher the districts and stuff, I want to be able to pay more to the teachers in order to draw more candidates or more educators in here. A lot of times, I mean, we are higher. I mean, our pay rate, we've moved it up over the last several years where we're about $3,500 above the state's pay standards. We've had to bump it every time in order to get people to come to Cooper to teach. And so I believe that's a thing that we need, especially in the STEM, the science, the technology, the mathematics, where these people can go out to an industry somewhere and make a lot more money as a teacher. I mean, in a business than as a teacher. But we need to get those minds in teaching our future.
Thank you. Next question. and we'll start at the right and go back to the left this
Okay.
time. Give Leah a break, she wants to be first. What do you consider the most pressing need to be addressed in the Cooper ISD?
What is the most pressing need? Right now, we are experiencing coming forward, a lot of turnover in staff, and especially in those areas that we deem high of importance in the science, math, technology stuff, that's the pressing need. We need to get those spots filled with people good. We can get people in here, but like Leah even said earlier, we get them in here and sometimes they're not what they say they show to be. And so we need to get the right people in the right seats on our bus, per se. That goes back to school board trainings we've had in the past. So that's my most pressing need, I think. I think everything else is going good, and I want to continue that. But when we can do that, we can really take that next step and improve ourselves.
I'm gonna second that. That was my thoughts exactly. Getting the right teachers in, retaining those teachers is the biggest chore. And, you know, a few years back, you used to hear that there were a surplus of teachers. That's not the case any longer. There is a shortage of qualified, certified, teachers out there. They're just not going into education, and it's because our pay is so low, and that's across, you know, teachers are underpaid, that's just across the state. So finding the right teachers, getting them in here and retaining those. We also have a little bit of a harder time at that because we are so close to the Metroplex. Our teachers can drive 30, 45 minutes down the road, and, you know, they're paying $10,000 plus above the state level. So it's hard. Accomplishing what we need to, but that's something that we're gonna have to come up with a plan, and we're gonna have to work on that to get our teachers there.
That's exactly my biggest concern. One of the main things that, you know, drove me to run for school board is I want certified teachers teaching the subjects that they're certified to teach. You know, I wouldn't say that I'm qualified to go be a banker like Craig. You know, I'm a nurse, so I want teachers that are certified in math to teach math. I want teachers that are certified in science to teach science. I think that is crucial. I'm not saying that people that aren't certified aren't smart and can't teach. I'm saying that core subjects need to have certified, qualified, quality teachers teaching that subject, and that is a huge concern for me.
My thoughts are the same. The math and science classes are the hardest to fill, and that's what we're trying to do this year. Sometimes when we get resumes in, I'm sure that everybody that's ever been involved with choosing somebody to work for them, sometimes the resumes, they look great on paper. We get great comments about the people. They have scores and things that make them above and beyond, but then some of them just haven't worked out. And it's hard to tell somebody that they're not doing their job, but sometimes that's what we have to do. As far as the teachers being certified, that is a big deal to me also, but we also have to look at people sometimes whenever they're not certified. There's some people that are not certified yet that haven't been able to get there yet, that do a good job at what they're trying to teach. I've seen all my life, there's people that can really do something, but they can't teach it. And there's people that may not be the very best in what they're doing, but they're a really good teacher, because you have to be on the level for the kids. You have to let them understand what you're saying and explain to them the way that they can take it and go on. And to keep our teachers there, one thing we've done is the Bulldog admiration that we give every month. We pick out 2 names. The teachers nominate the other teachers. We do that at the hospital where I work, and somewhat the same thing, except there the patients recognize us. And it does make a person feel good to know that they're doing their job. So what this entitles is all the teachers nominate certain people every month, They tell exactly why they're nominating them, so it's a feel-good thing. And so I think that also helps our teachers stay, because we do try to get the best pay rate that we can, but also they are recognized for what they're doing. And if they're doing a really good job, their peers are recognizing them, and that's a big deal to me.
Well, good. This follows right into the last question of the night. I appreciate all you did. You've done a great job so far. The last question kind of follows on, how does Cooper ISD attract and keep the best teachers, but sometimes understanding it's not just about money?
Well, we have a really good community here, I think. Everybody works well together. Our principals and our superintendent, we got a great superintendent, we've got 3 great principals, and they all are helping our teachers. If a teacher is lacking in something, they're right there in the classes with them, trying to help them, trying to get them to improve their way of teaching. And sometimes that's all somebody needs, is a little bit of push and a little bit of help from the side to really make a good teacher. Sometimes it doesn't work, and so then we have to look at that area.
I think we do have a great community. I think that I would not want to raise my kids anywhere but here. Cooper's where I've always been. It's a great community. I want to raise my kids in a small community, and I think that we'll need to find teachers that want to raise their kids and have a family and live in a small community. If it bothers people that they have to drive an hour and a half to get to Dallas, then they probably won't stay. But you know, it's the same thing when at the hospital when we're recruiting doctors. We need doctors that want. When I go to a doctor, I want to go to the same doctor forever. You know, when you find one you like, you find one that's good. Well, you have to find one that wants to live in that community, not one that's just here temporarily. Same thing with the teachers. We need to show them that we do have a good community, and the school board does a great job trying to get them all the money that they can, and they do a good job. And I think that, you know, we'll find the right teachers. We just have to keep looking for them, and it'll happen.
We have gotten a strong set of administrators in their positions right now. The 3 principals, the superintendent, we have got the best leadership team out there, I have no doubt, and the superintendent. When you get a support system like that behind you, and you know you're in that classroom, you know that you've got the support of that team that will encourage you and lead you and stand behind you no matter what. They're there to fight for you and get you the best of everything that you can get in order to go out and do your job. And that's what makes teaching here in Cooper, you know, a lot more enjoyable. It helps you enjoy that job that you're in and want to stay. We've got a strong community, a strong PTO. They support our teachers. And you just don't find that everywhere. You don't find the support system that we have got. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that team of leadership that you've got, knowing that they're always there for you.
I can't add a whole lot to what they all said, and the fact that the team that has been put in place that we've got, we've made some shuffles this last year, but I think we have really finally got a good administrative staff, starting with the superintendent, starting with the curriculum director, starting with the principals that we have. It's all in place, and I believe, like they've all said, that the support that they provide, the support that we provide to them as a board, makes them realize what they have in a small community of Cooper. You know, yes, maybe the pay's not there, but there's the things of the community itself, the people of the community. Like I say, I'm a lifelong resident here. My wife grew up most of her life in Sulphur Springs. She'd probably rather live in Sulphur Springs at times, because that's where she works, but I choose to live here because of all this. You know, everybody's, you know, we're all here together. So to try to get these people in here, we generally have to start with maybe getting a younger teacher that was straight out of college or straight out of, doing something else. But we've got the staff in place that develop them into the right teachers that we need here. Like it's been said, I've been here in Cooper all my life, and there were so many teachers that I had, that Leah had, that Alicia had. Fortunately, Mandy's Clarksville grad, but you know, she got here as quick as she could. Thanks a little help here, but anyway. But we had teachers that were lifelong, and some of them that we all had as teachers are still there today, and that's a testament to our school. So it's that, our communities, that's the kind of stuff that, you know, when somebody can walk in and see that we've got teachers in place that's been teaching here at Cooper for 30, 40 years, I think that's a benefit and I add to it. So, okay.
Thank you.